Hey guys, this is Skate or Die cutscene percent. Gonna try something a little different today, so you guys can actually see the cutscenes of what's going on. We got a lot of stuff to talk about here, a lot of characters to introduce, and a lot of things that are gonna happen in our story that we don't get to see normally. So, without further ado, let's see what it looks like. So we'll start the game by pressing start, and we get to see all the important people, including Rodney. He's gonna be our skateboard dealer. We're going to bump into him on the street sometime and try and pick up what we need. And we got Lester. That's his son, who's going to teach us some tricks. We're actually not going to bump into Lester if we can help it, but that's his role in the story. He's also in Skate or Die 1, as is Rodney, so it's cool to see both those guys back. CJ, new to the story here. One of the local Thrashers. She is one of our pals and one of the people we got to rescue at the end of the game. But sorry to give you a little bit of spoilers there. Ice Pick, on the other hand, he is our enemy. He is going to be the guy who kind of is the rival gang skater, and he'll play a much bigger role in the story as we proceed here. And that's me. Do I look just like it? So that's who we're going to play. And we'll see a little bit of this cutscene here and kind of fill in the void on what's going on. Another beautiful day in the quiet town of Elwood. As you can see, we got perfect weather for the mayor's wife to take her poodle, Fifi, for a nice walk. Everyone loves doggos here. And for you to take the board out, that's what we're here to do, right? A skateboard. I love this, like, 90s aesthetic this game kind of uses. It's just great. I mean, you get the NES font there as well, but you also just get some great NES graphics, but also some really cool color schemes and layouts there that really scream 90s, like even the cartoon style here. So, oh, look, Fifi the Antique Store is having a sale. Interesting spelling of the word poser, but have not seen it that way ever since. And we're apparently confused by this call. Buzz off, Ice Pick. Who you calling poser? But the dog knows it's about to happen before we even do. That is a pretty good face. This one, not so much. Pour one out for poor Fifi, guys. No actual dogs were harmed in the making of this game, from what I understand. Certainly not in the making of this speedrun. That's the mayor, apparently. I love the photograph in the newspaper.
Major bummer, dude.
So that paints the picture. We got to deal with the mayor's wife now. Here's Rodney. We're going to try and bump into him to get ourselves a skateboard. And in order to do that, we need some currency. So we're actually going to end up over here. It doesn't matter if we fall down. Because Rodney's actually going to spawn at an exact time in an exact place. So we're going to make sure that we're there. Now, we actually need to bump into him twice here. Because Rodney has a bunch of skateboards that we can upgrade. But the third one is the best one. So the first one we got right now, not so great. But skateboard 3 is the rocket board. Now, given that this is a speedrun, you'd imagine we want the fastest one, and it being called the rocket board is very clearly the one that we're going to want to go with here. So, as you can see now, we got the faster skateboard. We're actually able to skate faster than Rodney right now. We're actually going to take this little path through the sewers, which is a shortcut versus staying on the overworld for some reason. I don't know how that's remotely possible, but it is. Maybe we're going really far closer to the center of the Earth, and it's just a shorter circumference to this section. I don't know, but that's okay. Go down here and then back up here. Had to avoid that dog. It was a unlucky spawn there. We'll turn around here and take care of the mayor's wife. I'm not quite sure what they mean by take care of the mayor's wife, but that's what we did. Alright, so we got some cutscenes here. Now we've got to get rid of the mayor's wife. She's no longer the problem, I guess. Skateboarding's legal again somehow? So we're going to the local halfpipe. I think. That face again. I also like how they couldn't have the bulldozer go back and forth. They just had to take a picture of a bulldozer and slide it, like the whole blue background and everything. We don't have a permit. And according to City Building Code 13-169-8904, Bylaw 86, subsection 50, yeah. How can you forget about that one? But permits cost bucks! But we need a job. There's the remnants of our half-plate. Doesn't actually mean war. As we'll come to find out here. CJ with the idea. Let's get all this money pulled together. Who's rolling around, rocking a paperclip in their pocket all the time? Ooh, the music changed. We must have something hopeful happening. Delivery jobs at the mall, of course! Ooh, the same photo from 3 scenes ago. Most excellent idea. Alright, Mr. Jenkins. Alright, so we gotta make all these deliveries. No dawdling about. There might be some bonuses in it for us along the way. We gotta deliver all these things in different stores in the mall. First thing we're going to is Wormmouse Records. And let me tell you, there's some great store names, so be on the lookout for them throughout this run. I hope so. Alright, here we go. We're in the mall. Now we gotta take this package to Wormmouse Records. This mall is 2 stories and basically only goes left to right. Like a big, giant, long strip. So we're gonna take it to the record store, and they need us to take this to Tall and Stout Clothes. So that is down here. We want to watch out for the police officer. If you bump into him the first time, it's just a warning. But the second time, he will transport you all the way to the left side of the mall or all the way to the right side of the mall at random. So it depends. Sometimes that might be helpful, but a lot of the times it isn't. So we're going to just try to avoid him for now if we can. All right, the shoe store. Oops. Floorshine Shoes or Rhinestone Jewelers, whichever one comes first. So, the right one now. The other shoe store. So when they made this game, initially they had a very linear path in mind, where certain stores would be where you take things no matter what. But then I guess they decided to add some RNG and randomize them a little bit, but they didn't actually delete the original stores along the pathway that you had to take. So as a result, you always have like kind of 2 choices in which you can take any item. So right now I'm taking this Tall Stout and Deformed Close because it's the 4th stop. Now this has to go to the salon, or it has to go to Wumpus World, whichever one's closer. Now the salon is actually right near Wumpus World, so there's not really a whole lot of benefit there. But it is all the way on the other side of the mall, so we gotta hustle. We also had a pretty good police evasion earlier there, so that was pretty nice. We're gonna go all the way over here to the right. Take this to Salon de Albino. Pass some incredible store names along the way. Also the out-of-business healthy and nutritious food. Oh, that's a salon. That's alright, just a warning. There we go. And we gotta get back to the bookstore, which is all the way on the left on the 1st floor. Now, I'm squatting like this here because when I run into people, I don't fall down. And I'm still able to maintain maximum speed, so I kind of just get to this speed and then I just coast until I have to get up again. So we're going to go all the way here, all the way to the left side, get in the escalator, and it should take us right in front of the bookstore. But of course, as I warned you about, the police officer got us, and he threw us to the right side, so we have to go all the way over. This is typically a big run killer as far as if you're doing world record grinds, because the RNG on what stores you have to visit, in addition to that, the police officer really can make things messy. So a lot of runs will end up multiple seconds ahead or behind just at the end of this level. It's not very consistent. Alright, so now we gotta get to the pizza shop, or we can take it to Kafka's Candies. Kafka's Candies is a little bit closer, so we're gonna go that way instead. Hopefully we don't run into the police officer here. And, oh, we did. Gotta go back up. And you notice it, oh man. I think he might get us again anyway. Alright, now I have to stay down, good. Oh, he's trying. He's just doing his job, alright? There we go. I get to the photo shop, 1-minute photo. Things were a little bit different back then, I guess. I don't know about you guys, 1-hour photo, I used to work at one of those places. Pretty wild chemicals in those things. But, nowadays, the digital stuff, I feel like it should take less than an hour, but it always seems to take more whenever I order it from my pharmacy or whoever's doing photo prints, so kind of strange the technology has actually made it slower. Alright, Margstrom, or we could take it to Stiller's Outpost. I think those things are right next to each other, so I don't know if we're actually going to get much of a benefit there. So, Margstrom or Stiller's Outpost. They're both right here. Yeah, there's Stiller's Outpost, alright. Williams Nut House. That's the second floor on the left side of the mall. I think it's the third store in. So hopefully we don't hit a police officer here. So far, so good. And there it is. Good. Cool. Just Lids. It's all the way over here on the other side. And we actually could go to Stiller's, or no, we can go to Pathos Fashions with this, but either way, they're both all the way over here, and we got a nice escalator that time. That worked out in our favor to get policed and sent all the way to the other side. You noticed our health bar was decreasing a bit with all those police interactions before, but you do get a little bit of a health boost after every delivery, so we haven't really worried about our health too much in this level. Unlike the next level, where health is a really big concern. Only level in the game, but that's a real problem. Alright, take it to the taco pit. We are done. Alright. In a small beachfront house, there's Rodney, the skateboarding veteran there. If there's anyone who knows how to build some half-pipe stuff, it's our boy Rodney here. The raddest, baddest, the most totally insane half-pipe you've ever seen! Oh my gosh, some Three Stooges level comedy coming up. No, not that switch! Oh no! Not the plans! They're everywhere! They're all going out the window! Oh my gosh, no. That looked like way more than 16 pieces of paper, but apparently that's all we're missing. So, we're now on the beach, and it's our job to pick up these 16 pieces of paper. And, remember how I said before the squatting was really useful for avoiding damage? Exactly the opposite here. Oh! We ran into Lester. We don't need him. Sorry, dude. We don't need that trick. Now, we can't ride in the sand, so that red paper down there and that red paper down there we can't grab. So we're going to go over here and grab this one. And now we're just going to really pray for a couple gusts of wind to come in a very timely manner. There's one. That's nice. And if we get another one, that'd be even better. Alright, now you can see up there it says P13. We got 13 pieces of paper to grab still. I know this is really unlucky that we're complaining about this piece of paper not blowing, but now it does. I think we're very fortunate that none of these planes blew in the ocean, right? Isn't that kind of fortunate here that of all these things going all over the place, they all just happen to be here on the beach for us to pick up, so... We are worried about health here, running into crabs, getting hit by birds, running into people, touching grains of sand. All those things seemingly cause us real problems on our skateboard. So we're going to hopefully just pick up enough papers and keep our health at a high enough level that it's not too big of a problem, but as you can see there, it doesn't always work out that way, so... Grab this guy. Oh, we hope we hit a grain of sand, naturally. Oh, and now she ran into us. Now it's kind of comboing off on us here in a negative way, so we're going to try and stay away from the crab. Get that paper. And they're not always in the same place. Like I said, the gusts of wind kind of take them other places there. This paper is pretty much doomed to make us lose some health, but to get it. 7 left. Let's get them here. Stay friendly, please. Oh, man, come on. Stop blowing in the wind. There we go. Jeez. I wanted it there because I wanted to stop before because I knew these other two were going to be problems if they were going to be parked there. We got 2 pieces of paper behind us. We're going to keep going and grabbing these until we can't grab any more. Might as well get this now so it doesn't end up in a rough spot. We know there's 2 behind us. Oh, we don't need another skateboard. Sorry, Rodney. There's 3 left, and there we go. So now the 2 that are behind us are the only 2 left. And hopefully they've blown off the beach and into accessible areas. Not quite there. Oh, of course. As soon as I get here, now we gotta get a running start again. Good enough. Now, theoretically, it's probably gonna blow right when I get over here. But just in case, yep, there it goes. Never easy, right? Now, hopefully it lets me do the turnaround. That bird doesn't want me to get it, but we've got the paper. All right, cool. Now we're up to one of the scariest NES levels of all time. Alright, looks like everything's in order. We've got ourselves a permit. We've got ourselves a plan. Approved building plans, application ready to go. This half pipe is gonna be ours. You know, it seems like just 15 short minutes ago that the mayor's wife banned skateboarding, so we've come a long way. Look at these guys. Don't you all miss that style? None of your business, Ice Pick. Uh-oh. He knows. He knows about the permit. I thought he's a fellow skater. Come on, man. We need to unite. We can't have these gang rivalries here. Uh-oh. A paint clip to the face. No, my goodness, CJ. She gets kidnapped. They take the permit, and they take CJ. We gotta find her. In the scariest warehouse in NES dungeon history. This dungeon is 256 rooms, 4 floors, 8 rooms on each floor. So an 8x8 grid stacked on top of an 8x8 grid, stacked on top of an 8x8 grid, stacked on top of an 8x8 grid. But strangely about this warehouse, not all of the rooms of the warehouse are accessible from the same floor. Like, it's almost like a 3D maze, where you actually can't get to certain sections of the warehouse unless you go up and then down and back up again in a certain pattern. So, thanks to the wonderful people over at VG Maps for putting something together that made this way more usable for the casual. But this is an incredibly intimidating level. When I was a child, I beat this when I had the Game Genie to give me infinite health, and I still required some graph paper to draw down like all the maps and places that I would have to go here, and it took me forever to figure it out. And luckily nowadays, I've got a few more things at my disposal to help me with that. But I still don't have the entire thing completely memorized. I goof up sometimes, so we keep some notes there just to kind of help us through this gigantic labyrinth. The worst part is we're not actually on our way to the roof right now to fight Ice Pick yet. We're just on our way through this giant maze just to find the permit, which they hide on the 2nd floor, which we're on right now. But we actually can't get there from here. We have to go down to the 1st floor, this one. Seems weird that those 3 rooms are so isolated, they're cut off from anywhere else in the building. You can only get there from above and below. And then we have to go this way and snake around back down. Ooh, we're getting hit a lot. We do have to worry about our health here a little bit. There's a few health pickups along the way that are like 1 or 2 rooms out of the way. And we are going to get a little bit of health bonus here once we grab the permit. So now we're actually all the way over in the upper left section of floor 2. You'll see we'll just go through this hallway. There's no other options but to go up this route. And it takes us to the permit, which gives us full health. Very nice. And even if you go right back down this hallway, you'll notice there's no other actual options for us to even explore anywhere here. So this is literally the only way you can get to that permit hallway is by this secret elevator, effectively. And the only way you're getting here is by going up this other way. So it's really quite the 4D maze. Just absolute insanity. I feel like half the game's memory must have been tied up just in this level alone. I love the song here, but the one thing that I don't really enjoy is that it does kind of pause the music in between screen transitions. I wish it kind of just kept that music going, but can't win them all. Still get awesome tunes in this game. Great job by the sound team. All the levels, in fact, really. Alright, we are going back the way we came, because we have to go all the way back to the beginning of the warehouse, through all of these interesting paths, because the path to get to the roof is on the other side of this 8x8 grid. So we've been operating mostly on the left half of this 8x8 grid. But we gotta get to the right half if we want to find the elevator access to the roof in order to find CJ. So, we're on our way there. We'll have our final showdown with Ice Pick, and we'll be out of here. Oops, wrong one. That's if I wanted to go get health. I don't need health right now. Not yet, hopefully. Alright, this is the one we want. They all start to look the same, don't they? Alright, back down to floor 3. And you'll see that, like, Typically, when you're headed in the right direction, you'll see more and more enemies. So that's kind of a hint. If you end up with a lot of rooms that are empty, that's kind of their way of communicating to you, hey, doofus, you went the wrong way. So I don't know if that was their plan for beginners when they were a kid, but I don't know how this game didn't make like the Nintendo hotline, just hundreds and hundreds of dollars, people calling, asking for tips. Alright, because the manual certainly wasn't much help either. Alright, so we're now back at the beginning, and instead we're going to take this elevator. And this is going to take us to, we're now on the right half of the map. And we're going to go up to floor 3. And I like to go through, if I can make the kick turn right there at the frame that I go through that doorway, it'll actually perform the kick turn for me before I get into that room. But it's a frame-perfect trick that we've been working on, but haven't quite mastered just yet. It's a really, really finicky. I don't even know if it works every time. We're going to try it again up here, though. We're going to try and do a... That didn't work there. You really can only do it when you're going up. It seems to be the only way that it actually works out nicely. We're going to grab that health. It's only a one-room detour there to get right back on the path. And the nice thing about it is if you do that kick turn there and you know you're changing direction, you kind of don't want to change direction around 3 skaters throwing things at you. So if you have a room that's a little bit more docile, you'd rather do the kick turn there like this. They don't seem to put any enemies in any of the elevator rooms, so we try to use those hallways as safe places to turn around. Alright, now this is a tough hallway here, but we just kind of coast. But if we go a little bit quicker, we usually take a lot of damage, so we're just going to play a little safe there. Marathon strats, right? Alright, and snake up and down here. That was kind of an unavoidable hit, but that's alright. We lose a lot of our momentum there. We're going to need some health soon, I think, because Ice Pick is quite the foe. We're already taking a lot of extra damage here that we're not excited about. So, there's a 2-room detour up here before we get on elevator Blue G. The elevators that we use are color-coded and numbered on our map, thankfully. So, this will be the 6th elevator that we have taken since we've gotten the permit. Quite a few. You can see, this is off the path and all the enemies disappeared, right? But we got our health. Didn't get full health, but we got a pretty substantial chunk there, which is nice. There we go. Alright, and back up floor G, or elevator G, now down to elevator H, which will take us up to floor 3. Two elevators left. Alright. And we'll have a couple more opportunities to get health here on the last floor. They do put a couple of rooms there in that pathway to make it easier to fight the boss at full health. So we'll get it here after this elevator ride. We'll go stock up. Alright, there's a 3-door detour there to the left if you're really in trouble, but we're not in dire trouble yet. So we'll go this way, grab this one. That should be all we need. Wait for those guys to fade the other way. Actually, that's pretty bad. Let's just double check. Double back here a couple doors. Get ourselves set and get some momentum. We can really start to roll through these rooms. And now it's just down and to the right the rest of the way. To our showdown with Ice Pick, with our paintball gun, or paint clip. To beat Ice Pick, all you want to do is some kick turns as soon as he dashes at you. He takes about 14 hits. Luckily, if he's not in line with you, he goes right by. But if we do a kick turn right when he gets to us there, we can avoid the damage. There it is. And that is time. Pretty good Skater Die 2 run there. 24-18-97. Have we got the permit? Did we remember to do it? Oh my gosh, if you forget the permit, it is so sad. Right here, right now, let's get out of here and get to work on that ramp. We did it, guys. We're gonna build this half pipe. Can't wait for you guys to see it. The final touches are made. It's finally done. Let's party, he says. And that's it. That's Skate or Die 2. We get a nice big credits loop here. The song's a couple minutes long. The credits are about a minute and a half long. And it'll loop over and over and over again. But if you press start when you're done here, you get to play on the half-pipe. That half-pipe that you built. Skate or Die 1 has got all these little mini events, but it doesn't have anywhere close to the story or adventure mode that you saw here. This category really showcases everything that you get to see story-wise. So I'm glad you guys got to see exactly what that's about. I'm not particularly versed in the half-pipe, but I can do a little things here or there. Some of the people who I've seen this are absolutely nuts, but that's more of a Twin Galaxies thing than a speedrun thing, to be honest. So, anyhow, thanks so much for watching this, guys. I hope you like Skate or Die 2. I know the thing you guys all come to hear more than anything else is the title theme. But you can see there that at the very beginning of the game, you can actually just do the half-pipe. If you didn't beat the game, you can just press select, and that'll also take you there, too. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you really enjoyed this, and hope I get to showcase this at a marathon sometime soon. Thanks again. Have a good one.